From the Cavelli Center in Columbus, Ohio, welcome to our live streaming coverage on Big Ten Plus as the Ohio State Buckeyes return home for their final couple games of the regular season. Tonight they've got the Lewis Flyers in town. Buckeyes lead 4-3 in the opener, and they tie it up. Good score right down the middle of the floor. Lewis fan, you're probably still scratching your head, but they reviewed it, so unless they had an inconclusive review.
Able to get a fastball going right off Ohio State and Samuel Clark.
Pasture from the left pin blocked, and the Buckeyes couldn't respond as the big man victories. He's got a team that certainly has the ability to make a run. They just haven't really had a consistent season of their own, as the Buckeyes can't handle that one.
When they were home last, they were struggling once they had the lead there, Brendan, so maybe this time will be a good wake-up call here for the Buckeyes.
Good play on this near pin. Max Rocky, the freshman from Johnston, Iowa, buries one.
These are just quick plays here for the Flyers as we get a look here in a big spike.
See if they can come up with something here to get this thing back level. Set point for Lewis.
And when you only have 2 games at home left, you want to make them count, especially in front of your home fans.
Lolleman rejected. Pasture saves it. Clark on the far side, and it's out of play. How about Lewis? They had their back against the wall and scored 3 points in a row to take a 26-24 opening set win. Buckeyes off to a good quick start, 3-0. Outstanding work from Rocky.
Future right now being 5th in the MIVA, still looking, it's always possible when it comes to playoff time. Up or down on those a little bit, Brendan.
Set up on the far side, John Davis puts it home. Lolleman rejected. Nicely done by Kenziger.
As we get a look at the replay here, and it was a block going.
Trying to play again on the far pin, and an outstanding shot. Tough angle. Kevin Culling buries it.
His serve opportunity, and we see the big strike there.
When in doubt, go to Mitchum. Sheesh. 25-17, a dominating second set win for Ohio State with the Buckeyes and the Lewis Flyers deadlocked at 1 set apiece.
First point, Brendan, after losing the previous set.
Platfoot, back to Pasture. Maybe a little miscommunication on the set.
Yeah.
Ohio State, mentioned it a little bit earlier, this is their final homestand of the season. They will be here on Saturday. 4 hits. Anyways, the Buckeyes will have senior day on Saturday. Unfortunately, with their position within the conference standings, no chance to have any home games during the conference tournament. McKendree coming to town Saturday at 5 o'clock local time, and then the team will wrap up the season at IPFW.
Miscommunication between Mikesh and Pasture, and that will be his 16th of the season.
Rocky with a good initial play. Buckeyes trying to keep it alive. They go to the far side. Brillhart scores. I guess it's 11-11. Apologize for that. Sam Clark unable to score. Seen a lot of power in this game, not a ton of finesse from either team. And right now Lewis is proving to be just a smidge more powerful.
There was no one home for the Buckeyes. An easy point there for the Flyers.
Clark rejected, but it's out of play.
Falling hard to the floor there was Tyler Morgan from Dike, Iowa for the Flyers, and he's going to take a second.
And is standing back with his teammates. He appears to be okay. Not sure about his status to come back in the game, but Smiling and talking to his teammates. That seems like a good sign. Clark sent it over. Set up Mitchum, and it's pretty much automatic. Gosh, he made that look so much easier than it really is to score on a shot like that.
Mickish was surprised as everyone else here, and just impressed with it.
The southpaw, Prayer, rocks the floor. 15 apiece. Right through the block attempt.
Clark had a strong play on the replay, as we could see, and for Lewis, they take the different approach from the Buckeyes. They don't have a libero on when they're taking that offensive serve.
Not for Mitchum, but rather Rocky on the far pin. It's effective. Another chance for Mitchum, and when he gets it set like that, he can get straight vertical and easily a terminal shot. You can hear Lewis chanting, "You can't stop him." Hard to disagree. Fortunately, there is a malfunction on the live stats, and Mitchum is not having his stat line update every time he touches the ball. It just doesn't change. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how many kills or errors he has on the night, but he has been awfully impactful.
A great look there by our Big Ten Plus crew, as right on the pin, Buckeyes sending two defenders to try and get that block there, and they got the block, but the tip went out of bounds. So now, Lewis getting the lead.
Clark, boy, he got a fortuitous bounce, didn't he? Gibbs set up, Brillhart. 4 hits. Back and forth, third set. Ohio State trailed 7-2. They also led 20-17. Well, they find themselves down 2 with very little room to spare. Lewis 23, Ohio State 21. Both teams out of timeouts now. Have to figure it out on the fly. Rocky with a good serve. Platfoot serves behind him. Great rejection, but the Buckeyes can't get it over in time. And now Lewis has set point. Great serve from Tooney. Calling. Unfortunately, gave Christian Prayer a perfect spot. And Lewis puts it down, 25-23. 3 sets in the books. The Buckeyes trail 2-1. Watching Ohio State volleyball on Big Ten Plus. Time for the 4th set at the Covelli Center. Lewis took the first and third. The Buckeyes with a win in the second frame.
There. Now the Buckeyes with the lead and looking for more.
Mitchum, one of his rare attacks that didn't get killed off. Came right back to him, and he looked over at the Buckeyes like, well, that was easy. And he put it straight down. Frankly, I kind of like the edginess that Mitchum plays with. He's a real competitor. In the back line at the moment, he was calling for it, but instead they went to Rocky. Rocky again. Outstanding shot. 4-3 Flyers.
Mitchum kept calling for it there, and he even was about to go for the dig there, but a nice attack and kill by the Flyers there as he tried to leap over and unable to get it.
Buckeyes sold out with all 3 front row guys sliding over, which made that kill that much more impressive. Look at that set. Oh my goodness gracious. Prayer puts down a beauty. What a set.
Rocky not able to get his hands on that one in the back end.
Free ball for the Buckeyes, and they can't score. Great job by calling. And Lewis takes advantage. Outstanding effort.
If you're the Flyers, that's not a point you want to give up. Now the Buckeyes have a chance to tie it.
Pasture with a quick serve, thought he would catch Lewis off guard. Instead, it was the Flyers that took advantage of Ohio State's defensive lapse.
Calling one-handed that one down, similar to what Mitchman usually does, except it was with that one hand on the left side, just pushing that one down.
Mitchum waggles his finger and says, not today. Buckeyes trail 2-1. They're down by 3, approaching the middle of the fourth. Lolleman with a great effort, but couldn't get there.
As now this one shrinks to a 3-point lead for the Flyers.
Mitchum absolutely rocks one right at Cole Young, who did his best to keep it alive, but that's a tough one to stop. 13-9. Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes are down by 1, but they've scored 3 points in a row, which started because of an overturned call on Kevin Birch's challenge. He's kick-started a little bit of a run here, but a terrific shot on that far left pin has given Lewis a chance to exhale. Good shot there from Kevin Colling.
We see the set play here with a strong play. Buckeyes putting 3 in front of that attack line. So on the right side corner, not much the Buckeyes and Pastor could have done.
My mistake, that was actually Rocky that scored. Colling went back to serve, as the ace gives the Flyers another crack at it. Mitchum, automatic.
And continuing to come out here.
Good tag team block from Young and Clark. Samuel unable to score. Ohio State did a good job trying to keep it alive. They were in the right position. Timeout, Kevin Birch.
Right.
Lewis 20, Ohio State 16. The Buckeyes have some work to do. Their backs against the wall here in the fourth, down 2-1. Ohio State is out of timeouts. Pasture rejected. And now the lead is 5.
But another great block there by Mitchum and Kevin Colling. So now 4 points away from the match being over for the Flyers.
Jacob Pasture with a great effort. Clark hits it over just to keep it alive. They go to Mitchum, and this time he scores. 22-16. Match point for the Flyers. Well, serve receive let him down there. They play through prayer and he scores. And Lewis sweeps Ohio State this season 3-1, 3-1. Final score tonight. Lewis 26-24, 17-25, 25-23, 25-18.